Welcome, my mercurial mercenaries. Welcome to my nightmare. You know the score by now. This is not going to be a concise top 10 of anything. This is just an opportunity for me to talk bollocks to some of you who might be interested. And the theme is Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper was a rock band of the late 60s, early 70s. The lead singer was Vincent Furnier, who changed his name to Alice Cooper. So you had the band Alice Cooper with a singer called Alice Cooper. That causes some confusion even to this day. And then at a point in the mid-70s, the singer of Alice Cooper, the band Alice Cooper, went solo. And he carried on as Alice Cooper. So you do have, my mercenaries, two very distinct eras of Alice Cooper. You have Alice Cooper, when you say the words Alice Cooper, you mean the band. And you have Alice Cooper, when you say the words Alice Cooper, where you mean the man. And a lot of you out there won't know who Alice Cooper is anyway. I've got a massive pot of coffee here. That's not a euphemism. I really do have a massive pot of coffee here. I made a 10-cup pot of coffee to keep us going. So I suppose let's just get on with this, as we're going to be here all day. I have put on the screen some numbers from 10 to 1. This is what we're going to do, my mercenaries. We, like every other episode of a top 10, we're going to talk about the top 10 best songs by Alice Cooper. Just recording a video about Alice Cooper. I'm gonna try and be more concise than usual, but I'm gonna fail. So what is gonna be at number 10, the 10th best Alice Cooper song? I appreciate that some of you might not know some of these songs, and there might be an opportunity for you to go away and have a listen to some Alice Cooper. You might currently think you don't like Alice Cooper. If you know Alice Cooper today, you probably just think of him as an old bloke with a craggy voice and craggy face. But just bear in mind, even when Alice Cooper was a youngster, he had the looks of an old bloke with a craggy face, and he had a craggy voice. There's a time and a place for everything in the world, and I like the fact that craggy faces and craggy voices can make an impact, literally knee-hitting desk, on the world. Interestingly, this was the most difficult chart yet for me to compile. I bought into the concept of Alice Cooper on the Trash album with the song Poison. And the first major gig I ever went to was Alice Cooper. I think it was the Hey Stupid tour. And I've seen him twice since then as well. So I've seen, as far as major stars go, I've probably seen Alice Cooper more than anybody. So that kind of gives you an idea of where I'm coming from here. And at number 10, my mercenaries. At number 10, what do we have at number 10? We have the song Stephen. What an unassuming song title for a quite epic song. This song was on the Welcome to My Nightmare album. Very much a concept album. Even though I've listened to the album 1,000 times and I've watched the live shows from that era 100 times, I'm never quite sure what the concept is exactly. I think it's someone having a nightmare, and probably it's a guy called Stephen having a nightmare. But I am not the greatest person when it comes to telling you the stories of any concept albums that I own. You'll do something and people will enjoy it. I find the concept often gets lost in the pursuit of a decent song. And I also find that a lot of albums start off with the pretense of being a concept album and then just kind of fizzle out a little bit. Sgt Pepper, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. Stephen's just a beautifully epic song. It's got that kind of intro that reminds you of Tubular Bells or the Halloween theme song. It's very... I don't want to watch you go. I don't even want to be there. I'll put pennies on your eyes and it'll go away. You've only lived a minute of your life. I must be dreaming, please stop screaming. I mean, I got all those words wrong because I can't remember lyrics to save my life. But I love the twisted way that Alice Cooper sings this song. He kind of plays characters in it. And this is the theme that you'll find through this top 10. Alice Cooper, very much like Bob Dylan, is one of those voices. He's got one of those voices where people will be very happy to tell you that he can't sing. You know, Bob Dylan can't sing. He wouldn't get through the X Factor or American Idol or The Voice. Alice Cooper can't sing. And I've said it again and again and again until you guys get sick of hearing me say it. It's not about how well you can sing. It's how well I can identify with your voice and how much I care about what you've got to say. And with Alice Cooper, he often plays characters. He can't sing, but he can be twisted and warped. And he can do a kind of evil voice. And he can sing really sweetly. I will cover up your eyes and pray it goes away. See, you've only lived a minute. And he can also sing if he wants to, just like rock style. I think, weirdly, even though he's perhaps one of the most famous rock singers in the world alongside the likes of Ozzy Osbourne or whatever, I think perhaps Alice Cooper's one of the most underrated. You're going to berate me now in the comments for saying I think Alice Cooper's underrated, but I think he is. When I mention Alice Cooper to people, I don't hear people saying back that they listen to him or they know anything by him. People know Poison because it's a massive pop hit. Apart from that, I think you're struggling. There's a generation out there who knows School's Out. Class song. Any song that has the lyric, we got no class, and we got no principles, we got no innocence, we can't even think of a word that rhymes. I love that. I love the lyric of the song being, we can't even think of a word that rhymes. I listen to that and I think, if I'd have been around then, in the early 70s, and I'd heard that song, seen a bloke with a top hat, singing about school just blowing up, and having a lyric in a song, we can't even think of a word that rhymes, I think, yes, I'm buying into you completely. I bought in later. Alice Cooper, the man, alcohol, drugs, whatever, fell off the map. He kind of built up and built up and built up during the 70s, became a big star, and alcoholism kind of brought him down. He ended up playing a lot of golf, going on kind of TV game shows and things, Celebrity Squares, just disappeared. And it's very much the same story as Aerosmith. If you watch back a couple of videos to where I was talking about Aerosmith, and you had the doldrums of the late 70s and the early 80s, and then you had a couple of comeback albums, but the real comeback album, and there is a similarity here, because just like Aerosmith with Permanent Vacation, where Desmond Child was brought in to aid the comeback, Alice Cooper, late 80s, Desmond Child was brought in to aid the comeback, and that was the Trash album with Poison on it. So I talked about kind of eras of Alice Cooper, where you mentioned the words Alice Cooper, and you've got that meaning the band, or that meaning the man. You've also got two eras, because you've got the Trash album onwards, the 80s onwards, the comeback onwards, and everything that went before it. So it's kind of similar to the journey that Aerosmith went on. And when it comes to the songs themselves, the fact that Stephen's got a big chorus, yes, it goes Stephen. Bum, bum, Stephen! Dan, 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 scream my name, Stephen! Big choir vocals. Bam, 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 ba da da da. It is a theme of Alice Cooper songs. Big, sing-along, shouty choruses. Hey, 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 hey! Hey, stupid! What you trying to do? Just big choirs to back up. Probably what's happening is the producer or the management, whoever, is saying, yeah, Alice Cooper's a bit of a star, a bit of a personality, but in terms of a singing voice, yeah, it's probably weak in the conventional sense. Let's boost it. Let's back it up. Let's have a load of backing singers to kind of aid the choruses. It's done. It works. It certainly worked in the 80s. That was the sound. I mean, the Trash album is an album that, yes, it's kind of glam metal, and you could criticize it for being glam metal, but as far as glam metal goes, honestly, the Trash album was just fantastic. A really good example of it. There were songs on here. This might be one of them. In fact, this was one of them. I substituted this one in at the very last minute. I think this track here was supposed to be It's Only My Heart Talking off Trash, the duet with Steven Tyler, which is a really lovely, if you want like an introduction to Alice Cooper, that's not a bad one. It's Only My Heart Talking, or the central kind of track of Trash, because what you've got is you've got Alice Cooper with his craggy voice duetting with Steven Tyler, vocals as an instrument, and it's just beautiful. It's only my heart talking. Yeah, it's only my heart talking. Saying things I never thought I'd say. Can't you hear me knocking? I tried to bully you, but it wouldn't play, 'cause my heart is talking. It's talking. Anyway, I didn't pick that. We got Steven. Number 9. Number 9. What's number 9? Number 9. Number 9. Number 9. Desperado. Desperado. Why don't you come to your senses? Desperado is a song from an album that could definitely is definitely one of the Alice Cooper band's best albums. When Alice Cooper started, the band Alice Cooper started, it was an interesting one. They were, this is, by the way, I've done zero research, so take what I say with a pinch of salt, all right? But we don't do research on this channel. The Alice Cooper band were picked up, they were discovered by Frank Zappa, and Frank Zappa was responsible for their first album, which was called Pretty's for You. And you know, when you talk about bands, and quite often the debut album by a band is their best album, and no matter what they do after that, the debut album is always the best. It's the album that they came up with the songs while they were in their youth, and the spirit of youth, and the songs they worked on, and the songs they gigged, and then they release the album, and it's a big deal, and then they have to follow that album up, and they suddenly have to write a load of new songs, and quite often they can tail off. And the debut album's held up as raw and emotional, and no, that's not the case here. Alice Cooper's first album, Pretty's for You, is shit. It's really shit. I used to listen to it a lot when I was young. I bear in mind that I pretty much owned every Alice Cooper album, and in my youth it was all about Aerosmith. It was Aerosmith, Alice Cooper, Led Zeppelin, Iron Maiden, pretty much. So I know a lot of songs by Alice Cooper, and I wanted to kid myself that Pretty's for You was good, and there was a live album as well, the Whiskey A Go Go, I think it was the live album, and they played songs like Levity Ball and things like that. And there are moments on the album, but it's shit. And Alice Cooper, the band, sort of came into their own 3 or 4, 5 albums in. And this album, Killer, is the I get people going no. This is the 4th album by the Alice Cooper band, and this song Desperado, it's contentious, I think, who it was written about, but some people say, I used to think it was written about Jim Morrison, but it's another song, a little bit like Steven, and this might be a recurring theme, thinking about it. We'll talk about this as we go through. But it's got a beautiful intro, a beautiful acoustic guitar intro. bum 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 bum. I used to be able to play it on the guitar. I used to play it all the time. I'm terrible with lyrics, all right? I'll get these wrong. I'm not going to research it. I don't know. I've probably always sung them wrong. And I haven't sung the lyrics for Desperado for probably 30 years. But I'm a gambler and... yeah, he sings it like that. I'm a runner. But you knew that when you laid on her. I'm a picture of ugly stories. I'm a killer and I'm a clown. Then it hits in with the drums. Step into the street by sundown. Step into your last goodbye. You're a target just by living. $20 will make you die. I kind of went off key then because I was too busy thinking about what the bloody lyrics were. It's just a really pretty... it's a pretty song. I prefer the verses to the chorus. I think the verses, if the chorus of this song, Desperado, was as good as the verse, this would probably be at #1. This song is that good. In fact, if you're not an Alice Cooper fan, you could... oh, someone did comment back along. They said they were pausing the video. Might have been for Aerosmith. Or no, it was Iron Maiden it was. Someone was watching a chart like this that I did about Iron Maiden. And then when they saw the song title come up, they were pausing and going off and listening to it. So if you get the chance, do that. Why not? And just go and listen to Desperado and see if you see what I mean about how beautiful the verses are. Anyway, #8. Is It My Body? Is It My Body? This is a song. I don't really know what it's about because I don't... whatever. But it's a kind of... it's a grungy, dirty song. This is of what you could call Alice Cooper's for real debut album, right? It's the 3rd album. It's Love It to Death. Probably my favourite Alice Cooper album. 3rd album. And this is a track off it, and it's very... down, 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 and then a beautiful, if you're doing the pause thing, on the bass, where you just think he just bends a string. Boom, 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 boom. And then a... dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. What have I got that makes you wanna love me? Is it my body? Someone I might be? Or something inside me? Yeah, you better tell me. Bum, 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 tell me. It's really up to you. Have you got the time to find out who I really am? What does it take to get inside of your mind? Give me a break, yeah, and take a chance for the very first time. I just love this song so much. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be... how embarrassing, just putting videos out into the world where I'm just singing. I don't care. It's a great song. The good thing about this song, especially if you're an aspiring songwriter, is just listen to the structure, the way the chorus goes. The bit where it goes, tell me, bum, 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 tell me, bum, bum, bum. It's really up to you, bass run. Bum, bum. Have you got the time? Listen to the way the instruments stop and cut. Have you got the time? While he's going, have you got the time? The instruments are like, ding, ding, ding. Who I really... and the drums, dum, cha, dum, dum, cha, dum, cha, dum, dum, cha, dum, cha, dum, dum, cha, and the guitar solo. Diggy, diggy, diggy. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, it's just a pentatonic. The whole of Love It to Death is just blues pentatonic. Even I could play it all when I was a kid. And that's great. Being able to play some of these songs, just even when you can't, even when you can only play like rudimentary shit on the guitar, it's inspiring to be able to play the solo of Is It My Body just like that, even if you've only been playing guitar for a couple of months. Yeah, listen to Is It My Body and tell me that that isn't a song like kind of before its years. That song could have been on Bleach by Nirvana. Track 7. Under My Wheels. Under My Wheels is the opening track of Killer. Bam, 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 bam. It's just blues again. It's just blues with lots of. Why not? This is glam. This is the 70s. A telephone is ringing, ding, ding, ding. You got me on the run. I'm driving in my car now, anticipating fun. I'm driving right out to you, yeah. I guess that you couldn't see, yeah, yeah. Oh, holy crap, I love this song. Oh, this song could have been number 1. This song could have been number 1. Under My Wheels. And the members, this is still, so far, Desperado, Is It My Body, and Under My Wheels is the Alice Cooper band. And Stephen is from Welcome to My Nightmare, which was Alice Cooper's first solo album. The Alice Cooper band, what a bunch of guys. Really, really, I mean, what can I say? There must be beautiful songwriters. We got, from memory here, so you've got Alice Cooper on vocals, you've got Dennis Dunaway on bass, you've got Neil Smith on drums, you've got Glenn Buxton on guitar, and Dennis Dunaway, Glenn Buxton, Michael, oh, for sake. Hang on. Members of, I mean, this is ridiculous. Shouldn't have. I know this. Michael Bruce. I knew it. I knew that. Lost in time a little. Alice Cooper went on to become the celebrity, but just bear in mind that a lot of these songs, the Alice Cooper band were like that in terms of songwriting and in terms of having the spirit, the vibe. And Under My Wheels is the essence of this. Number 6. The most important number, the most important song, my mercenaries. What's going to be at number 6? Only Women Bleed. Again. Okay, so this is a central track of Welcome to My Nightmare. Alice Cooper's mid-70s debut solo album. Produced by Bob Ezrin, Bob Ezrin. Oh, God. Bob Ezra. Who, he produced Love It to Death as well. And he went on to produce the likes of Kiss, Pink Floyd. Big, one of the most famous producers of all time, really. It'd be good if I could remember his name. Bob Ezrin. Oh, hang on. It's Bob Ezrin. I know it's Bob Ezrin. Why am I gonna? I'm gonna Google it, right? But I know it's Bob Ezrin. Bob Ezrin, Canadian music producer. I said best known for his work with Lou Reed, Alice Cooper, Kiss, Pink Floyd, Deep Purple, Peter Gabriel, and Fish. I mean, that's a shame because that's twice now that I've kind of done research. But you can tell, you know, obviously I haven't done any research because you've seen me do the research live. Only Women Bleed off Welcome to My Nightmare. This is another song that's got a really beautiful intro. I can't go high enough to do the notes. A man got his woman to take his seed. He got the power, oh, she got the need. Spends her life through pleasing up a man. She feeds him dinner, oh, anything she can. She cries alone at night too often. He smokes, he drinks, he don't come home at all. Only women bleed. Only that line, that's the line, my mercenaries. She cries alone at night too often. He smokes, he drinks, he don't come home at all. Only women bleed. It's just beautiful. It's a song that makes me want to cry. Like, we live in these... I mean, obviously, it's like a kind of play on words when it comes to the title. But... And I don't really know what songs are about, because even when I've listened to the lyrics for a million times, but to me, everyone takes what they want from a song. To me, this is a song about a woman being under the thumb to, I don't know, an abusive man, maybe? I don't know. But anyway, this is the mid-70s, and Alice Cooper is feeling sorry for this girl. I mean, on stage, he plays the part of the bloke, and he beats the shit out of the woman. But again, it's because of the lyrics. Man cries right at you. I don't know the lyrics. I'm making this up now. I think this is like the second verse. Man cries right at you. You know you hate his game. He slaps you once in a while. You live and love in pain. Well, it's certainly got that lyric in it. So it is. I think it's a song about domestic. It's a song about domestic abuse, maybe. Only women bleed. Only women bleed. Only women bleed. And yeah, I broke there, right? But that's the thing I love about the song. If you pause this now and go and listen to Only Women Bleed from Welcome to My Nightmare, Alice Cooper does that high note there. Only women bleed. Only women bleed. Only women bleed. And he kind of goes for it, and he doesn't really hit it properly, and they've left it in, and I just think it's beautiful. And there's also a little bit of the song where the drums do like a weird offbeat thing. Man lies right at you, boom. It goes boom cha, boom, something like that, and it's wrong. It's done on purpose, but I think it's around the second or third verse. The drums go dish, cha, dish, and the downbeat goes on the beat, downbeat. The downbeat goes on the snare rather than the bass. Anyway, if you're a drummer, if you're a drummer, when you get to that point in the song, you'll hear it and you'll go, oh, I know what you mean. But this little bits like that, the and the just the song. She cries alone at night too often. He smokes, he drinks, he don't come home at all. Ooh, only women bleed. Only women bleed. Ring. Only women bleed. Bam, 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 bam. Song about domestic abuse. Let's move on. The mercenaries. Holy crap. Bam, 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 wow, 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 wow. I used to be such a sweet, sweet thing till they got a hold of me. I'd open doors for little old ladies. I'd help the blind to see. But I got no friends 'cause they read the papers. They can't be seen with me, and I feel real shut down, and I'm feeling mean. No more Mr. Nice Guy, no more Mr. Clean, no more Mr. Nice Guy. They said, you're sick, you're obscene. My dog bit me on the leg today, my cat clawed my eye. Mum's been thrown out of the social circle, and Dad has to hide. I went to church incognito when everybody rose. Reverend Smith, he recognized me and punched me in the nose. He said, no more Mr. Nice Guy. How can you not have this song in your chart? My dog bit me on the leg today, my cat clawed my eye. Mum's been thrown out of the social circle. Dad has to hide. I went to church incognito, and when everybody rose, the Reverend Smith, he recognised me and punched me in the nose. He said, no more Mr. Nice Guy, no more Mr. Clean. You're sick, you're obscene. I think this was a song that was kind of... this is a song that is off $1 Billion Babies. Another fantastic song by the original Alice Cooper band. And certainly it was tempting to have the song $1 Billion Babies in this list. And I Love the Dead as well. But we've got no more Mr. Nice Guy. And I think, I don't know for a fact, but I think this song is probably about the persona of Alice Cooper. It doesn't matter what it's about. It's just, it's nice to just chant, no more Mr. Nice Guy. It's good to go to a gig and just do that and just, no more Mr. Nice Guy. No more Mr. Clean. A whole crowd of people going, hoo. Do you know what I mean? Hoo. Come on. Oh God, if you don't know Alice Cooper, go and listen to No More Mr. Nice Guy now off the $1 Billion Baby album. We're getting to the serious stuff now, my mercenaries. What song's at number 4? Boom, bottom, bottom, boom, bling, boom, 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 bottom, boom, 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 bling, bottom, boom. Welcome to my nightmare. I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna feel you belong. A nocturnal vacation, unnecessary sedation. I think you're gonna feel right at home. Bum, 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 bum. Welcome to my nightmare. What's interesting about this? This is the opening track of the Welcome to My Nightmare album. And I remember I grew up and I listened to trash, you know, Poison, sort of pop music, Alice Cooper. And then I got into Love It to Death era. So we're talking about Is It My Body? And you know, killer era of Under My Wheels, $1 Billion Babies, No More Mr. Nice Guy. The interesting thing about Welcome to My Nightmare is that to me the song itself sounds like the Star Trek theme. It's got a very kind of porn, almost like porn background music. Not that I know what that is, but kind of porn background music. And it's very swirly, celebrity kind of mid-70s glitz and glamour. You can imagine like Tales of the Unexpected and sort of like James Bond intros of women, like silhouetted women just doing that. Except big tits. Oh, welcome to my nightmare. I think you're gonna like it. I just love the differentiation between the singing on the song. It starts with a welcome to my nightmare. I think you're gonna like it. It's almost not there. I think you're gonna feel you belong. What a nocturnal vacation. Unnecessary. And by the end it's, oh, welcome to my nightmare. I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna feel right at home. It takes you, it introduces you to the world of Alice Cooper as a solo artist. It draws you in to his nightmare. And it has to be in this list because it's just a fantastic song. If you're going to listen to an Alice Cooper album, you can't go wrong with listening to Welcome to My Nightmare. There's some beautiful stuff on here. There's more songs on here that I would like to have put in the list. The whole Devil's Food, Black Widow section with Vincent Price doing his greatest, maybe his greatest like rock narration. I mean, Thriller's more iconic, but just listen to his Black Widow speech on the Welcome to My Nightmare album. It's just fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And this song, it to today's ears, it does sound dated, but it's just fantastic, and I can't recommend it highly enough. What's going to be number 3, my mercenaries? Lines form on my face and hands. Lines form from the ups and downs. I'm in the middle without any plans. I'm a boy and I'm a man. I'm 18 and I just don't know what I want. I'm 18. This is from the Love It to Death album. 18, I've got to get away. I've got to get out of this place. 'Cause Dad's been drinking whiskey. It's a song about an 18-year-old. It's that kind of middle ground where you're not a man, you're not a boy, you're finding your way in life. Who knows what they want to do when they're 18? I envy people who know. I went to school with people who knew what they wanted to do with their lives. I envy those people. I'm 18 is just the epitome of an Alice Cooper single. I expect he still plays it at every show today. And although it might be a bit odd for an old age pensioner to be singing about being 18, it's more the spirit of the song, the vibe. I mean, when I listen to it today, it's so raw. It's still so raw. I'm 18 and I like it. I like it. I like it, love it, like it, love it. 18, 18. I'm 18 and I like it. Boom, boom, boom. Number 2. Glam metal. Your cruel device, your blood like ice. One look could kill my pain, your thrill. I wanna love you, but I better not touch. Don't touch, I wanna hold you, but my senses tell me to stop. I want to kiss you, but I want it too much, too much. I want to taste you, but your lips are venomous poison. Ah, your poison running through my veins. Poison. Ah, I don't want to break these chains. Desmond Child. Ah, your mouth so hot. Your web, I'm caught. Your skin so wet. Black lace on sweat. Bam, 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 bam. I hear you calling and it's needles and pins. And pins. That's the Desmond Child bit. And pins. Call and respond. Look, I'm going to get some flack for putting Poison at number 2. You're going to get your die-hard Alice Cooper fans who wouldn't even entertain the notion. I mean, what could be worse than putting Poison at number 2? Putting Hey Stupid at number 1? I think you've got to be realistic here. Poison is Alice Cooper's biggest song. Arguably. Or maybe School's Out. But Poison's up there. And yeah, it's like a Desmond Child kind of... people would say it's like a hit by numbers. It's been written in such a way that it's a guaranteed hit. But that's bollocks. A good song is a good song. And Poison is more than a good song. It's a song that hit me in the face when I was a kid. I heard it and I just thought, I've got to have that. And I was watching the video and he's walking around with his leather jacket on with chains and stuff and the women. And I thought, it's an old bloke. When you're a kid, you think, oh, it's an old bloke. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was a gateway. You like Poison, and then you get into the past. So Poison leads to I'm 18, welcome to my nightmare, no more Mr. Nice Guy, only women bleed under my wheels, is it my body, Desperado, Stephen. It leads to it. But it doesn't mean that you leave it behind. Because Poison is perhaps Alice Cooper's best song. It's more in the performance. It doesn't matter who writes it. Doesn't matter how poppy you think it is. He still brings the old persona of Alice Cooper. But other albums, you know, you got Killers and $1 Billion Babies and things where you're talking about necrophilia and all sorts of subjects and topics. But Trash, the kind of comeback album. Yeah, there was like Constrictor and Raise Your Fist and Yow and stuff. There was the wilderness years of Alice Cooper. I mean, I was only listening to a song today, the opening track of the Dado album. What an amazing track that is. That could have gone in this top 10. There was the whole sort of Let's Be Tubeway Army period. Alice Cooper himself does note the fact that there are albums out there, a whole series of albums out there, late 70s, early 80s, that he doesn't remember making. He has no memory of them. Someone will give him the album, and they'll go, do you remember? He doesn't remember making it. Can you imagine if you'd made like this album, if you'd made Physical Graffiti and someone handed it to you and you just known, what, is this me? This is me. Did I do this? Really? That's Alice Cooper from that era. And Trash, the comeback album, is like a sex album. It's a sex album. But Alice Cooper still brings with it a sort of twisted sense of evil. This maniac's in love with you. Poison. It's just... I like it. It's a concept album in some respects. And I like it. And Poison had to be number 2. Could have been number 1. But at number 1, we have Ballad of Dwight Frye. This song, it's my favourite Alice Cooper song. It's a beautiful song. It's an easy song to play on the guitar. You can play it. It's very simple. It's E, D, A, what is it? E, D, C, what the hell is it? Hang on. It's D, C. So it's just E major, G, D, C. I was gone for 14 days. I could have been gone for more. Held up in an intensive care ward. I was lying on the floor. I was gone for all those days, but I was not all alone. I made friends with a lot of people in the danger zone. See my lonely life unfold. I see it every day. See my lonely mind explode. Since I've gone insane, I think I lost some weight there, and I'm sure I need some rest. Sleeping don't come very easy in a straight white vest. Sure like to see that little children. She's only 4 years old. I'd give her back all of the playthings, even the ones I stole. It's just, I mean, I got some of the chords wrong then and the words wrong, but it's just the general, I love the fact that it is just, maybe, I'm checked, but E, G, D, C, going round and round and round and round and round. I love the way he sings. It opens with that, I was gone for 14 days. I might have been gone for more. Held up in an intensive care ward. I was lying on the floor. And by the end it's, I was gone for all those days, but I was not all alone. And my favourite little bit in the song is later, where he sings a little bit like a girl. And it's just beautiful. I got my hat, I got my coat, and I ran into the street. I saw a man that was choking there. I guess he couldn't breathe. That line, I love it. I remember listening to that as a kid. The live version of this was on the B-side of Poison, and it was just, oh. I saw a man that was choking there. I guess he couldn't breathe. And he comes back to, said to myself, this is very strange. So what you've got is the difference between, I saw a man that was choking there. I guess he, like, and then you've got, I was gone for 14 days. And see my lonely mind explode since I've gone insane. All the different types, all the nuances of Alice's vocals. It's just superb. And what makes it, what rounds it off is the guitar solo. And the guitar solo is just, I mean, it's brilliant. If you want to be able to play, so not only can you play the chords, and the guitar solo is, that's the guitar solo. It's just a beautiful song. Ballad of Dwight Frye. Dwight Frye was an actor. Dwight Frye was an actor in the 30s, 40s, 20s, 30s, sort of silent era going into the talkie era. He was in films like Dracula, Frankenstein. He usually played like the kind of evil sidekick type character. Died quite young. Died in his 40s. And this song's a kind of tribute to him. And it's also the best Alice Cooper song. On the album, Love It to Death, it's followed by a Rolf Harris song, which the little said about that, the better. But forget that for the moment. The Ballad of Dwight Frye is the essence of everything that I love about Alice Cooper. On stage, it's the most iconic of all the songs he does. On stage, it's the song where he's in the straitjacket and he spends the whole song in the straitjacket. In the studio, in like 71 or whenever it was recorded, to get that feeling of it's one of the most claustrophobic songs ever recorded, right? The vocal, I was gone for 14 days. There's even a line about a straitjacket. I think I lost some weight there, and I'm sure I need some rest. This line here now. Sleeping don't come very easy in a straight white vest. To get that kind of claustrophobic, the world's crushing you feel. He lay on his back on the floor in the studio and he got everybody to pile a load of chairs on top of him. So he was lying on his back singing with his chest compressed by chairs. I think I lost some weight there, and I'm sure I need some rest. Sleeping don't come very easy in a straight white vest. And on stage, he's got this straitjacket on. And by the end of the song, he's got out of the straitjacket and he uses the jacket to strangle the nurse. That's the thing with Alice Cooper. There's a bite with a twist and a bite. And I think most of my mercenaries probably aren't Alice Cooper fans. So I think we'll have a mixture here. We'll have people who have clicked on this video because it says Alice Cooper top 10, and they'll be putting horrible comments down below because this video took too long. And there'll be people who never heard Alice Cooper before who might be inspired to go and listen to a bit of it. And on the whole, I think most people will just find that an hour-long video about Alice Cooper is just unnecessary. So I think this might be my least viewed video I've ever done. I think the next one I would really try my best, my mercenaries, I promise, to see if I can make a top 10 video that lasts less than 7 minutes. All right? But I hope, if anything, I just got across there how diverse the Alice Cooper songbook is and how much I adore it. Thank you. Till next time. Over and